Tayo nang kilalanin ang official new and improved complete lineup ng Nlex Road Warriors para sa Pba 50th Commissioner's Cup. Point guards, Robert Bolick, team captain, star player, 6'1", 178 pounds, 30 years old, 18 points, 5.5 rebounds, 8.4 assists, 1.4 steals, 32% 3-point shooter, 96% free throw shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Matt Nieto, 6'1", 160 pounds, 29 years old, 4.2 points, 2.8 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1 steal, 50% 3-point shooter, 66% free throw shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. LJ Gonzalez, rookie, 5'11", 158 pounds, 27 years old, 6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 42 field goal percentage, 1 game played in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Baser Amer, reserve list, 6 feet, 170 pounds, 33 years old, 2.8 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 0.4 steals, 28% 3-point shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Shooting guards, Kevin Alas, veteran star, 6'1", 175 pounds, 34 years old, 11.3 points, 2.4 rebounds, 1.6 assists, 0.9 steals, 23% 3-point shooter, 78% free throw shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Cyrus Torres, rising star, 6 feet, 200 pounds, 25 years old, 10.8 points, 1.5 rebounds, 0.7 assists, 29% 3-point shooter, 84% free throw shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Dominic Fajardo, 6 feet, 220 pounds, 32 years old, 5.6 points, 4 rebounds, 1.5 assists, 1 steal, 53 field goal percentage, 46% free throw shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Shani Winston, new rising star via trade, 6'4", 190 pounds, 28 years old, 11.8 points, 3.1 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 0.8 steals, 81% free throw shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Small forwards, Robbie Herndon, 6'3", 180 pounds, 32 years old, 4 points, 1.2 rebounds, 0.2 assists, 33% 3-point shooter, 50% free throw shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Enoch Valdez, 6'4", 178 pounds, 26 years old, 4 points, 3.3 rebounds, 0.9 steals, 38 field goal percentage, 66% free throw shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Richie Rogers, 6'2", 211 pounds, 29 years old, 3.1 points, 2.4 rebounds, 0.8 assists, 25% 3-point shooter, 83% free throw shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Kevin Racal, new player via trade, 6'3", 175 pounds, 35 years old, 3.2 points, 0.9 rebounds, 0.9 assists, 32% 3-point shooter, 100% free throw shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Power forwards, JB Bahio, rising star, 6'5", 200 pounds, 28 years old, 13.3 points, 8.2 rebounds, 2.2 assists, 0.8 blocks, 54 field goal percentage, 68% 3-point shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Brandon Ramirez, 6'5", 240 pounds, 27 years old, 6.3 points, 3.2 rebounds, 0.8 assists, 18% 3-point shooter, 62% free throw shooter in his Pba 50th Philippine Cup averages. Anthony Semerad, 6'4", 220 pounds, 35 years old, 6.8 points, 6.2 rebounds, 0.6 steals, 27% 3-point shooter, 66% free throw shooter in his PBA 50th Philippine Cup averages. Centers, Dave Marcelo, 6'5", 223 pounds, 37 years old, 0.5 points, 1.5 rebounds, 0.5 blocks, 50% free throw shooter, 5 games played in his PBA 50th Commissioner's Cup averages. Jan Capulong, rookie, 6'6", 225 pounds, 25 years old, 2.8 points, 1.4 rebounds, 0.4 steals, 40 field goal percentage, 75% free throw shooter in his PBA 50th Philippine Cup averages. Mike Miranda, reserve list, 6'6", 210 pounds, 35 years old, 5.7 points, 2.2 rebounds, 0.2 blocks, 30% 3-point shooter, 100% free throw shooter in his PBA 49th Philippine Cup averages. KD Lalane, official import, 6'10", 247 pounds, 34 years old, 15.8 points, 9.5 rebounds, 1.3 assists, 0.8 steals, 0.8 blocks, 22% 3-point shooter, 76% free throw shooter in his 2025-2026 Taiwan TBBL season averages. Panoorin natin ang mga best basketball game highlights nila Lane sa kanyang basketball career, kung gaano nga ba siya kagaling na import. Ito ang official new and improved complete lineup ng Nlex Road Warriors para sa PBA 50th Commissioner's Cup. Sa tingin niyo mga kabubbles, mas lumakas ba ang bagong lineup ng Nlex ngayong Commissioner's Cup? I-comment niyo na po yan sa baba.